Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I'm Cal,
Oh, I'm Duke.
And I'm Chef Nasty.
and today's topic, jump ship. Now, initially, I was having a bit of a hard time playing this game because, like all PC games, I need to have my controller connected, and I'm not about to have one hand on the keyboard, one hand on the mouse. It's just not happening. But anyway, I got things settled, and honestly, I think this game fits within the same vein as something like Deep Rock Galactic. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
Never heard of it, brother.
Oh my god.
I think we played it for a little bit, right? Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Played
I'm not
Deep
sure if I played it with you, Chef. If so, it must be an incredibly distant memory. That is a problem.
I think so too.
We need to fix that. But also, and one thing I can say about Deep Rock Galactic is that it is incredibly fun. I like really simple games. I like 4-player co-op, and I like having people being designated into certain roles when it comes to these types of games. So when we get into Jump Ship, it's 4-player co-op, first person. I know already this. You're already turned off, Chef, by me saying that. That's a problem in itself. We'll discuss that later. But so it's 4 players. Each of you have a role, although there isn't, from what I can see and from what I've been playing, there isn't a designated role. But the positions that you can fill in the game are pilot, engineer, navigator. Pilot, engineer, navigator, and I can't think of the other one. It might be gunner, maybe. I think that's the other one. Yeah.
Gunner.
So, and this game, obviously, after I've been playing it, you will only get the full benefit, the full experience of this game when you have a full team. Because if it's just you piloting the ship, you will have to not only defend yourself, but your ship will take damage. So that means you'll have to get out the seat, grab the fire extinguishers off the wall, and then put out the fires yourself. You have to craft all the stuff to repair the ship. It's called, from what we can see and what we've been playing, it's called a repair core or whatever. And you have to put that into the core of the ship, and it'll repair it by itself. I still haven't figured out a way how to repair the shields, but you have to do all these roles yourself, and it can get overwhelming, especially when the ship is on fire, and God forbid you get attacked once again.
When we played it, we played it together, the demo, because I believe that's the only thing that's out right now.
Yeah, it has. Yeah, they don't. I don't think they have an official release date.
It was extremely hard to do all of that by yourself, and then it was almost more hectic having 3 of us, because we were trying to figure out which one of us were gonna do it. So I'm running up and down the stairs, the fire extinguisher's laying on the floor. I run by it, go outside, come back.
First of all, I got bullied out my pilot seat.
You did. my handle is Maverick, so I do the flying.
No, okay. I don't care what your handle is. You don't just come into a team and just designate yourself as pilot.
Okay.
It's not how a team works. And you just got here.
Yep. I just got here. Established. But I can't say the mechanics of the game. I mean, it looks great. All the visual effects are really nice. It started off a little, it was gloomy, but once you got to the ship and you started collecting the parts to get the I think her name is Iris.
You go and talk the AI, yeah.
And then she gets you to gather the parts and stuff, and then you have to go find a ship that is able to work, and then move her from the down ship to another one, or the one that you start flying at the beginning of the game. I thought that was really cool.
I also like its simplicity at its core, but it can get extremely complex later on. I like the ability of destroying like the certain objectives that they give you. You got to jump out the ship. I like that there is a way that you can launch out of the ship. You can actually get on like what they call, I guess, the periscope, and then you can actually aim where you want the ship to launch you at. I just like at least 2 different things going on. There's like the first person exploration part of the game where you're out of the ship and you're exploring and then like fighting these robots or AI that's on these different, I don't know, abandoned moons, asteroids, or whatever. And then also like the ship combat, coming back and helping the pilot get out of like a tough situation, repairing the ship as he's fighting. That can get kind of hectic as well. Also, you have to manage they call it materia in the game. I'll just say material. You have to manage the material that you get while exploring, because you have a limited amount that you can use in your 3D printer. So you have to, it's managing resources, communicating as a team. You have your navigator who can use like a ping that can pick up enemies within your vicinity. You got your pilot and you got your gunner. You can also, I like the ability of, once you destroy some of those facilities out in space, you can take the scrap, putting it back into your ship. You can also collect weapons for your ship. Me and Ghost, Duke, I don't remember if you saw the rail gun that we have fitted onto the.
Oh yeah.
But also, I like the fact that you can't just say, "Oh, we found a rail gun and we could just equip this on this." That's not how it works. You actually have to manage your power supply that's in the back of the ship. It's kind of like a puzzle piece, almost kind of like playing Tetris with the power grid. So all of your regular guns have like a four tile strip that's vertical, but the rail gun is like a U shape, and it takes up a lot of the power grid. So if you want the rail gun working, you're gonna have to take those guns off. And even though the rail gun is very powerful, it takes a long time to spin up. I'm only speculating, but I believe you can hook up extra generators to the power grid that'll give you more leeway, so you can equip more guns. But for the most part, when we were playing, we just used our regular guns. Duke, this is your first game, like 4-player co-op game that you played, correct? Because you are mostly military sim type person. That's all you. Yeah. And they basically, what's all you play?
That's my focus. Any tactical shooter game. Got away from Call of Duty. Cal had put me I played Apex for a long time on PC. And Cal had got me onto Ready or Not, and I love that game. I want to play it every single night. I get on Cal and Ghost about playing it. I'm on their case. I've been on their case for the last 4 days about it because I'm hooked. But this game, it's different. It's still a first-person shooter, and as complicated as it sounds, as complicated as the gameplay looks, it's quite simple. Like, materia spawns randomly throughout the ship whenever you destroy an area or a ship out wherever you are. Like Cal said, you get to collect the scraps, you get the guns from the boxes. I mean, it's all random, so I like that part of it. And then your main focus not being how much stuff you can collect, because you can only carry but so many things.
Right.
Anyway, you get back to the ship, you either break it down or you use it or you attach it to the ship, and I really like how complex it is as well. Right, but you have to work as a team. Like, you can't, you don't want to.
I was about to say,
this has got to be something you can talk to the other person
and have great communication, because you can see how bad it can go really quick if a team is not working together.
Like, two of us were out of the ship, the ship caught fire, and we two of us had to fly back to the ship and put the fire out, and one person had to pilot because we were getting shot by other spacecraft. Like, it gets wild. So you want a team. You want a team that you can coordinate with, not any randos, for sure.
I also like the little details of, you got to sit down when you're using warp and you're going to different star systems. I like that. Me and Ghost tried, mostly Ghost experimented. He got out of his ship as I warped. He was put into a downed state once we got to the other. I think they should have just let you die, honestly. I feel like that's a bigger risk.
Or you get stuck. Like, if you try to exit the ship and it warps, like
that too.
You get stuck.
But like I said, I think they have a fantastic foundation. I can see myself putting hundreds of hours into this, same way I did with Helldivers, same thing I did with Deep Rock Galactic. All these at their core, team-based co-op games that I love. And this is why small studios like this get their their comeuppance is because they put fun first before worrying about, the microtransaction, everything. Your core of your game is just having fun with your friends. I will spend whatever money you want me to in the game. But I also, another thing that's turned me off from AAA games, stuff like Call of Duty, is because I feel like my experience is being tailored and it's not random like I like it to be back in the day. When you got all these algorithms working to try and put you in certain rooms, and like I say, if you had a bad game, it's going to put you in a room with, whereas basically people who just got on the game. I don't like that. I like the randomness of gaming and PvP, but yeah, I'm really big on these 4-player co-op games that have been coming out lately, and I'm really looking forward to this game's release date, even though we don't have one right now. But yeah, I'm glad that you actually
it breaks the
enjoyed
monotony
it
too. Yeah, it breaks it up a little bit. Like, if you spend too much time, like myself, playing a tactical shooter game, you want something to kind of to break that up a little bit. And I feel
Exactly.
like I've watched this Summerfest, all the games coming out on PlayStation and PC, and I was impressed with maybe a few. But when I downloaded Jump Ship, I got forced to do it. I didn't do it on my own reconnaissance. When I did that and I looked up YouTube videos on it, I was impressed with the graphics. That's a big thing for me. Like, it's got to be visually impressive, and that's what this demo brings. That's what Jump Ship brings, is the visual effect, and I love it. And when it comes out, whenever it does, I'm sure I don't have to be coerced. I'm gonna get it, and we'll play it together as a team. So yeah, I like it.
I don't know who would ever coerce you into playing something.
You.
Ain't gonna go there.
But yeah, I very much enjoy the game. Like I said, it's right down my alley. And I always say, before I play something, regardless if it does not look like something I would step foot, I always play it regardless, because I don't know what I will like. Also, it makes you a better gamer because you come across so many different systems. It just makes you more effective, honestly. So, yeah, I'm glad that you downloaded. I'm glad that you had an open mind, even though you resisted at first. But we like a little resistance around here, but also we like people with open minds who are willing to try anything.
I got one more question. So, or one more thing to add before.
Yeah.
With a lot of betas you see and demo games that come out, I have been playing PC for a little bit now. There are not many games that come out that have patches, like things they need to fix in the game, in a beta, in a demo.
Right.
But this one, from looking at it, like they've got 3 patch notes they put in there for the beta to kind of to make the experience better for people who aren't playing straight M&K. Also for people that love to play controller on PC. So
Right.
I think that's really cool too. They care enough about their product to
Make it more
do
accessible to everybody else.
Yeah,
because most demos like that, if a game comes out strict to PC, they don't even bother trying to get a controller in there. But they did have enough for me to be able to enjoy it by using what I want to.
Absolutely.
And I like
absolutely
that. I love PC gaming. Just about anything I buy now will be on my PC, unless it's something like Helldivers, where a lot of people are on PlayStation. But yeah, when it comes to PC, I want to be able to have my controller and experience it at the highest quality that it can be. So yeah, I do appreciate. Also, going back to bugs, we really didn't had a few here, some things that they can change, but overall my experience was polished at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
And I enjoyed that. That's really that tells me we have a great future ahead of us, honestly.
Yeah, with this game, yeah, I got that Winterfell Game of Thrones Wi-Fi. So, being down here in the basement, gaming, I really didn't experience any bugs. Like, it was smooth, it wasn't choppy, and I don't have the best gaming setup. I play on a gaming laptop, but like it even that, like, imagine a system where it's built right and you spend a good amount of money on it, man. You're gonna get smooth gameplay the entire time, and I can appreciate that.
Yep, absolutely. Anybody got any last thoughts, questions, concerns?
I will not be playing this game, just to let you know.
You would be playing this game. Your opinion will be voided and ignored. But
think the proper word is
shooters are not my thing, sir.
we don't care what is your thing. When you came into here, you voided that. You voided making decisions. Honestly,
you gotta look at that fine print. Chef.
Wow. Okay.
Fine print,
Okay.
brother.
look at the fine
Okay.
print. They taught you that in school, or maybe they didn't. I don't think they. No, they really didn't.
No, they did not. We live in America.
But yeah, he'll be there. But above all
Yep.
else, we appreciate you guys for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you never miss a video. Comment if you were able to play Jump Ship. If you haven't, I highly recommend that you do. Demo is still available on Steam right now. But yeah, we will catch you guys in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Later.